His grace I am redeemed, by His blood I am made clean, and I now can know Him face to face. By His power I've been raised, hidden now in Christ by faith. I will praise the glory of His grace. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Father's Day. It's nice to see you all. There's a lot of things on my mind here, and I'm going to forget them. I should write down these things. One of them is, well, I heard Pastor Josh this morning say, well, it's Father's Day. I don't know if James is going to give us Father's Day themed hymns or not. And I thought, oh, no, he's not, because I've already selected a program, and I'm not very good at remembering holidays until they're happening, and then I'm going, yeah, happy Father's Day, but I didn't do anything for it, did I? My father's passed away, and my mother, and but both my parents went to St. James. So a lot of people at St. James that may be listening today would remember my father and mother, and I'm going to show you some pictures, I thought, since I didn't do any hymns themed for Father's Day. And by the way, this is the afternoon 2:30 broadcast every day from St. James, or from my house for St. James at the corner of Walnut and 15th. St. James UCC. We're not meeting now because of the shut-in. And every day I'm providing a little music and chatter just to help connect the community. Pastor Josh on his Facebook page at Knappenberger JD provides a message every morning at 10:30. That's Knappenberger, KN, double P, Burger with an E, Knappenberger JD. He's at 10:30. And this morning, as I said, he mentioned Father's Day. And I was like, oops. Well, another thing is, I am going to continue to post these videos on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, publicly every day, but I will then the next day erase yesterday's video from my personal page. It's getting clogged with all these videos, and it's my personal Facebook page. I'd rather not do that. So every day there'll be the latest version, the latest broadcast will be publicly broadcast, and then when the next day it will be, you'll be able to find it on the St. James YouTube channel. And this is good, because if you want to find me, you'll have to find the St. James YouTube channel. And what I'll do is, I just realized this when I was thinking about it, on every post, video post, like I'll post this video when it's done, and I will make a comment with a link to, if I think I can do this, a link to the St. James page, so that if you want to find more of my videos or more and of Pastor Josh's videos, there'll be a link under each video that I post. So that's what's going on. Good afternoon, Carol. Good afternoon, Wendy. So, and the other thing is, sometimes I listen to these, I don't listen to all of these broadcasts. There are many I haven't listened to at all. I just do them and they're up there. But when I go back and listen to some of them, sometimes the sound is not good. And I haven't been able to determine what it was that was causing the variation, and I might know what it is. When it's hotter, I have many fans going on up here. And you know, fans really change the sound. I don't know if you've ever turned a fan on and sung in your apartment or house or played the piano. You can hear what the fan does to the sound. It cuts it up and makes it sound like it's going through a fan. So today I'm having no fans, and I'm a little warm up here, but I'm going to see how the sound is today. So I also am going to play from our hymnal from church, and I have, I think, 7 hymns picked out, and I think about half of them are hymns that I know you all know from our church. Half of them I'm not sure if you know. You might know them. So I'll play some more familiar material today, and I will show you some pictures of my father and my family. But I'll start off with our first hymn, which is one I don't know if you know. I have played this from the organ during what do they call that time during the service? Boy, I'm rusty. I haven't been to church in so long. During the offering, when I play a little music, I have played this hymn, I'm pretty sure. But I looked it up on my roster of hymns that we sang during Pastor Lorraine's last year. This one was not on that tally. So anyway, it's called Each One, Reach One. Each One, Reach One. Okay, Each One, Reach One. That's kind of a catchy little title. Each one can reach one. As we follow after Christ, we all can lead one. We can lead one to the Savior, then together we can tell the world that Jesus is the way. If we each one reach one. Little we can do, each of ourselves, by the right thing every day. So, pictures of my father. Okay, I don't know how this will transmit. Maybe it'll do okay. So, there are my parents, and my father, of course, on that side. I don't know if it's your left or right. And this is at the... Oh my goodness. It's at the Ritz. And the Ritz has just announced that they are closing down. It's sad. My mother was born in Allentown, and she, her father lived right across the street from the Ritz. And when she was a little girl, the Ritz opened up after she was born, but when she was pretty young. Or maybe it opened up right before she was born. I don't remember. It was right around the time she was born. My mother was born in 1930 or 1929. So my father was born in 1925. So Here's a picture of another one with glass, which will be reflective. But that's my whole family. We had 5 kids, and my father, of course, and my mother, and I am in the middle, leaning upon my father. I'm the middle child. Megan's the youngest. Then I'm not going to announce all their names. Then me, then older brother, oldest sister, and my mom, Pat. We traveled in a trailer, and it was a highlight to our childhood, traveling in the trailer. That Franklin, it was a Franklin travel trailer. We pulled it with a Pontiac station wagon. And then my sister Pam, everything's backwards. Okay, she made this wonderful book for us, and my parents left us over 2,000 slides, and I'm not going to show you a whole lot of this because I don't want to take that much time. But my sister took all the slides, turned them into photos, made a lovely book. There's my parents. It's faded because it's the style of the page that's faded so that the text can be read. But that's my mom and dad. And gee, when I look at that, I can feel myself, my own youth hanging out with a loved one and sharing times that were important. And that's what's happening here. Young love, young people discovering the world together. My mother and father. And here's my father on the bottom with my oldest sister. That's their first child. And my father, this is an interesting picture because my father was very Scottish and very Dutch. I'm sure there's some other stuff mixed in, but he had a very strong, pure dose of Scottish and Dutch heritage. And in the Dutch people, there is a strain. I don't know if you've ever read about it. I read about it once, and I was fascinated because there's a strain of Dutch Dutch people they call the Black Dutch, and they're called the Black Dutch because they have black hair, and the Dutch are Northern European people, so they're very light-skinned, and they're Caucasian with very light skin. But there's this strain of Dutch with black hair, and my father would certainly seem to exhibit that Dutch strain because he had very dark hair and very thick hair, and so did his mother. So that's my dad. And then, let's see, I have a few more pages earmarked. Here's my father at the beach. That's me, but that's not what I want to show you. Everything's backwards and hard. This is weird. There he is. Okay. There's my father at the beach. Oh dear. All right. This is getting cumbersome and maybe boring. That's my father at the beach. I'm again in the center below him. That's my older brother and sister. My younger brother was probably born at this point. Maybe not my younger sister. And then, let's see, I've got a couple more. The house we grew up in. I was blessed, we were blessed to live in an old, I won't say junky, we kept it very nice, but it was an old rickety, you could call it like a farmhouse. It was built in pieces. Over the years, we added the recreation room, which is the modern addition here on the side. And this was a wonderful house to grow up in that was a facilitator for the ideals of my parents. And we lived in a cocoon in the big red house, I would say. And there was a lot of good things about that cocoon. The neighbors built this bridge that went over the gully, the stream that went by our house, so that we could walk over the bridge and go to our neighbor's house, the Horvaths and the Kokais and the Berries. So we lived kind of not far from anything. We were close to New Brunswick, but we also lived in the woods at the same time. And that house is knocked down because of a highway that came through. The house is gone. Okay. And here's my family, minus my mother, because she was probably taking the picture, on our first trip with the travel trailer. In the summer of 1964, we were testing out our travel trailer and didn't go far, went to D.C., And it was not long after JFK, our president, was assassinated. So I remember going to his graveside, and I remember going in the White House and to Mount Vernon, and we went to the obelisk, that tall thing, the monument, and we went to Williamsburg, Virginia, I think. I'm trying to think of something else that I wanted to say. The changing of the guard, the eternal flame. What was I going to say? All right, I don't remember. But that's D.C., 1964, and and here's my dad, a little bit older, at my youngest sister's wedding, so in 1989, and Dad and Mom were members at St. James UCC for the last 18 years of their lives, and Mom passed away in 2009, and Father passed away in 2012, and I came back to this area with the intent of living near my parents. I was living in North Carolina, and I had not lived at home near them for over 20 years, and I was like, they're getting older. I'm going to go back to Allentown. I finished my college degree in music when I was 45, and I came back to Allentown to be a school teacher and live near my parents, and I have no regrets. I went to dinner with my parents every Thursday at the Ritz, every Thursday. For those 9 years, it was like no fail. And I had dinner with them in their house on Sundays. So I have was gifted with a lot of wonderful memories during their last years. So that's my parents, and I wish all of you, I hope you enjoyed that share. It's kind of like, I love to go into people's homes, and see their house. So this is kind of like that, I'm showing you a little bit of my life. So anyway, let's go on. The next hymn I have down is I Love to Tell This Story. I love to tell the story. Our next one is O Zion, Haste. I don't know if you know this one or not, fellow friends at St. James. We've never done this one at St. James. O Zion, Haste. it again, maybe a little faster. Okay. All right. If you don't know that, I would say it wasn't the most exciting listen. Pretty, but not a highly distinct melody. And so our next one, I think you'll know. Okay, people need the Lord. Funny, it reminds me of the Barbra Streisand song also, people needing people. Very similar, well, not quite the same message, but people do need people, and people need the Lord. So, we're not islands unto ourselves, even in the greatest of loneliness. We're not, because we're in the creation, and we are not the only one in creation. And we were patterned after a mind of the Lord our God that makes us a people of community. Anyway, let's see, the next one is, I'll tell the world that I'm a Christian. Okay, this one I've never done at church either. Let's get it right, James. Let's do it. I'm a mess. I'm ridiculous. I played this so nicely on my own. This is so good for me to play in front of you because I'm such a ridiculous player. I don't allow myself to think and relax. Let's do it again. Much better. Good, and I have one more for you on this afternoon, a very modest piano playing. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. I kept trying to do a little chromatic. I was improvising on the last. I went into a different key and just started making it up. Anyway, a little modest music. I hope you enjoyed it today. So I think that's our day for Father's Day. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will keep this posted for 24 hours, and then it will switch to YouTube channel at St. James, UCC, Allentown. And have a lovely day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. God bless.